You're listening to the One Man Show Network. Welcome to the MMA Fight Picks podcast with your host, Aaron Weinbaum.
Hey kids, welcome to the MMA Fight Picks podcast. I am your host, Aaron Weinbaum, and today we are picking fights for this week's UFC Uruguay. Shevchenko versus Carmouche. How exciting that is going to be. If you are on the Periscope, I hope the comments are working all right. I'm trying a little something different with Restream, and I apologize if they are not working correctly. If you're on the YouTube, feel free to hit subscribe. I think you can comment there too. We're streaming live there as well. And other than that, if you're listening to this podcast, feel free to hit subscribe on that as well and leave a 5-star review on the iTunes. Anywho, this week's UFC takes place August 10th, Antel Arena in Montevideo, Uruguay. And that's as much as I'm going to try to pronounce that. I don't think it is as early as a card as it was this week. What a surprise that was with Colby versus Robbie. That fight went, by the way, about like I thought it would. I thought Colby would probably get the best of him, but I thought Robbie could have starched him as well with a knockout. You never know. But anyway, let's pick up way down at the undercard. We have Tisha Torres versus Marina. I believe it's Rodriguez. Rodriguez. Sorry. Getting a little block there. I was wondering why Tisha was way at the bottom of the card, and I realized she's lost 3 in a row. Jessica Andrade, Joanna Jędrzejczyk, and Willie Zhang. So, yeah, that's a bit of a surprise for me. And then you got Marina Rodriguez. She had just won her fight against Jessica Aguilar for that draw against Ron Marcos. And she's a Dana White Tuesday Night Contender Series winner way back when, August 2018, against Maria de Oliveira Nita. So, man, before Tisha went on her skid, she had wins against Michelle Watterson, Juliana Lima, Beck Rawlings. I tend to think that they're trying to build Tisha back up, kind of like they did with Mickey Gall last week. And, just by strength of schedule alone and just the caliber of wins, I'm going to have to say Tisha's going to take this for sure. Next up, this is really kind of under the radar, too. This whole card is under the radar, really. And it's a good card. Carmouche and Shevchenko for the main event. I'm down for that. And I'll get to that in a little bit. But Volkan Oezdemir versus Ilir Latifi. Yet Oezdemir, he's on a bit of a skid himself, but against the tops of the division, Dominic Reyes, who could be the next in line for the title, Anthony Smith, Daniel Cormier. Before that, he has several wins in a row. Jamie Manuwa, Misha Cirkunov, Oven St. Peru. And, I think Daniel just kind of, Daniel does what Daniel does. I think he may have took his spirit a little bit. And then he got Latifi. Just lost to Corey Anderson. It was a decision loss. I don't want to say just lost. Man, Latifi hasn't fought since December 2018, so that's a bit of a layoff. But for that, Latifi has wins over Oven St. Peru, Tyson Pedro. Here's the thing. I think Volkan has fought way tougher competition than Latifi, and he's beaten tougher competition, I think, as well. In the end, I think, I wouldn't be surprised either way. But I like Oezdemir in this fight. I really, really do. And it looks like I got some viewers on here. Man, if you can't comment on this for whatever reason, let me know. I'm checking my phone now just to make sure. But yeah, I'm not seeing any comments. I just want to make sure I'm not missing any of these. I don't usually break in the middle of a podcast to check that out. So while that is going, yeah, I'm not seeing it. Okay. So if you're not, by the way, able to comment, I guess just mention me on Twitter or send me a message or something so I know this type of setup doesn't work. So yeah, next up, this is crazy. This is the co-main event of the evening. Vincente Luque and Mike Perry. The Luque part's not so strange. The Mike Perry part, a little strange. But Vincente has some wins, man. Nico Price, Chad Laprise, Jalen Turner, Brian Barberina, and Derek Krantz. And then you got Mike Perry, who surprised me his last fight by beating Alex Oliveira. Before that, he lost to Don Cerrone. I think, again, gosh, Perry switches camps a ton. He was at Jackson Wink. Now I believe he's at ATT. Before that, he has a win over an undersized Paul Felder. I say undersized. I think Paul Felder could be a 175-pound or 170-pound fighter, rather. But he took that fight in short notice when he was ready on his way down to 155. Give me a little something in my throat there. Before that, he loses to Max Payne Griffin, Santiago Ponzinibbio. Let's go Luque, though. I mean, I think Vincente Luque is a killer. He has a win over Bilal Muhammad. That means a lot to me. So, yeah, I'm going to go Vincente Luque. I'm going to go bold here. I don't usually predict these things. He's going to knock out Perry. I think he's going to out Mike Perry, and he's going to knock him out. Next up, now this is crazy because normally I would just say Shevchenko's got this. Shevchenko's going to starch Liz Carmouche, but we need to understand something. She has a loss against Liz Carmouche back in 2010. Now, I know that's 9 years ago, but let's just take a look here at Valentina's latest here. Priscilla Cacereira, Joanna Jędrzejczyk, Jessica Ai. Her only 2 losses since then have been Amanda Nunes, and you could say, arguably she may have won that last Nunes fight. But she has wins over the best of the best at 135 pounds. Juliana Pena, Holly Holm, Sarah Kaufman. This gal is all the way down to 125 pounds now. And then you got Carmouche. She was there the very first women's fight in the UFC. She almost choked Ronda out, but she did not. Let's see, before she dropped down to 125 pounds. Let's see. I don't see. Okay, the flyweight debut was a loss, actually, in 2017 against Alexis Davis. She has wins over Jennifer Maia and Lucy Polduva. But let's look at 135 pounds even. She's got some tough wins over Caitlin Chikagan, Lauren Murphy, Jessica Andrade. Wow. Look at that. Here's the thing. 9 years ago is a long time. I just don't see that Liz has improved as much as Valentina has improved. I'm just going to have to go with the champ here. Valentina Shevchenko. The bullet is just going to... I don't know if she's going to run through her. It could be a decision. I mean, I'd like to see this be competitive. And again, I apologize if your comments are not showing up. I really do. You can mention me on the Twitter at Aaron Says What One if you're not coming through. Anyway, yeah, I definitely. Well, I don't want to say definitely. Yeah, you know what? Shevchenko's going to win this. I just think the stiffer competition over these last 9 years, and just how dominant she has looked. Am I talking to yourself? Hey, I'm not. And thanks for commenting on the Periscope. I just need to make sure this works. Mafia Boss 1, what's up? You got a pick for this championship fight? Well, before I sign off here? No, just the smart comment. All right, well, thank you anyway. Is that Mafia Boss? Mafia Boss? Mafia Boss? I don't know. Check your spelling there, pal. Anyway, that's all I got for this one. Thank you so much for hanging out on this edition of MMA Fight Picks. I think I will be switching platforms shortly to Podcast One. I'm not for sure, but you never know. Again, until next time, this is Aaron Weinbaum with the MMA Fight Picks podcast. Shalom.
Please remember to support the podcast by visiting the affiliate links on AaronSaysWhat.com.